Well, hello there, Tankers of the Blitz universe. I'm Flossie, and this right here is the TOG 2. Oh yes, if you know my channel, and you probably do because you're watching this video, this is the staple of my profile picture and my channel banner, and I absolutely love this tank in Blitz. So, my friends very generously, huge shout out to them, got me this set as an early birthday present for me. And it was an absolute blast to build. I had no idea it was going to take me 11 and a half hours to build it, though. I built it all on stream. All of the streams are still up. If you do want to see the entire build live, then by all means watch them. But I figured in today's video I should do a time-lapse video of that stream because I did record the entire 11 and a half hours of footage. That's how much there is. And yeah, so I will be doing a time-lapse video just so you can chill and maybe, grab some popcorn, watch the build a bit faster than if you were to watch it live on stream. So here we go. Obviously, starting off with bag number 1. Now this bag, I will say, it was probably the most difficult, and it definitely took me the longest amount of time to actually finish out of all of the 4 bags that this set came with. Mainly in this bag, you will be, if you are to buy this set yourself, you are going to be building the hull first off, and probably, yeah, a little bit of the sides if I can remember correctly. The tank has so many pieces to it, and that's because a lot of it's like camouflage, like the pieces that make the camouflage look like it has camouflage on it. And a lot of the issues that came about with this first bag, I will say, are partly because all of the pieces, or at least half of them, look the same. I'm not even kidding when I say that. There were so many pieces that that looked the exact same, that had like one less peg on them, or they were like slightly smaller, and then I would mess up and like use the bigger piece or whatever, or put the pieces in the wrong spot because I have the IQ of like a grape, and then I would have to take things apart and like rebuild it. So that's probably why it took me 11 hours because that happened multiple times and it was really frustrating. And then also because, of course, I am Flossie, I of course had to build this on a black mouse pad. So all of those black pieces literally blended in with the background, making it extremely hard to find anything. And especially as you'll be seeing later on in this video, the lighting starts to get like really bad because I mean I don't have a good lighting setup, I'm not gonna lie. And so when it got dark out, it was like even harder to see what pieces were what. So yeah, all that combined probably meant it took me way longer than it should have to build this. But it was a lot of fun to build, I'm not going to deny that. But yeah, you can see here, so far, just sort of building the hull, and then eventually at the end, we'll be building the sides and the camouflage pieces that go with this tank. So here we are on bag number 2, and we're still just building the hull. This doesn't really change anything. Like bag number 2 and some of number 3 were also still the exact same thing as bag number 1, just building out the hull. You can see more colored pieces, and though, because of course this is where we start getting into the camouflage of the tank, which is quite intricate, in fact. Oh yeah, and here's again where it gets dark in my room. It's now time to break out the good old phone camera light. I know a lot of you guys are having a lot of fun making fun of my beautiful lighting setup. For half of this build, I literally had my phone out, like standing on its pop socket, like so I could actually have enough light to see what I was doing. It's actually so scuffed, but it was pretty funny to watch for all of you guys watching it live. So as you can see, that is where we were at. Had a lot of the hull done, but we still had to do some of the sides and of course the rest of the tracks. So that is to come in the last 2 bags. You can see we're opening up bag number 3 now. Has a lot more camo pieces, and this bag is where we will actually be finishing the rest of the sides, like I just said, as well as there's a couple of extra wheels for the back and the front that we had to build. And here you can see we are finally putting on the sides of the tank. This part was actually such a pain. Oh my gosh, was it ever. Lining everything up because there were so many bricks, and because this thing is actually really long, it was a pain in the ass to actually line those up, the sides of the tank up, and press them in without breaking anything. And just like that, the hull is done. We're now moving on to the tracks. And these were actually fairly easy to put together. I was not expecting that. I was expecting them to be way more difficult to put together than I thought. Each one of these, I did actually mess up because they did give me extra track pieces that I didn't realize. I thought each bag had the right amount of track pieces in it, but unfortunately they had one extra or something, so I had to take them apart again. But yeah, the only issue with the tracks was feeding them into the actual tank because the sides had already been built, so that was a bit of a pain, but the rest of it was pretty cool. Now with the tracks built, of course, this is bag number 4. So this is the turret that we are now going to be building, as well as there's a couple of side pieces that I do still have to put on. The turret, the main thing with this was that all of the, or like 90% of the pieces were tiny. Like there were like tiny little like 1x1 blocks that I had to put on. Not losing any of these pieces was actually like super impressive. I thought I was gonna lose like at least 10 of these things. Like they were so small, and again, me being me, of course I just had to dump every single piece out at the exact same time, so that made it even a little bit harder. Now that all the sides and roof were done, it was time to put on the gun, and there you go, done. And like I said before, there it sits. That is where it will be, again, in all of my videos and streams in the future. And maybe, who knows, one day maybe I'll be building a different type of vehicle from the same company. This was made by Kobe, and it's super cool set. So yeah, but for any of you out there who are not yet subscribed to my channel, I highly recommend you do so, as it's a great way to support the content I make and stay up to date when I do post videos almost daily. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.